boys and girls, it's Mrs. Hedesheimer here. Today we're going to be inspired by these works of art where the person in the work of art is catching a snowflake on their tongue. Now, the cool thing about these drawings is that they have something called perspective. Perspective is the way you are looking at something. So if you're looking at something straightforward, you have a regular like self-portrait, kind of like this one down here. But these, you're looking at someone who has their head up towards the sky. So you see their face a little bit differently. That's called perspective, the way you are looking at something. So we're going to draw with perspective today. We're going to draw our head looking up towards the sky. It could be you, or it could be a friend or somebody you know. And then we are going to make it look like we're catching a snowflake in our mouth. So guys, you can use whatever art supplies you have at home today to do this. I'm just going to use a piece of paper and a Sharpie just so you can see how I'm going to draw it. You can color it in with crayons, colored pencils. If you have paint, you can use paint. You can even cut paper, like this one has cut paper. And then if you have blue paper, you might want to use blue paper to draw on today so it makes it look like the sky is falling, and then you can use like white crayons to color in some snow. So you have lots of options, but once you have your paper, go ahead and get it out and get it ready with a pencil. Here is my paper, and I'm going to draw it with a Sharpie so that you guys can see it better, but you might want to draw with a pencil so that you can erase if you make a mistake. If you don't use a pencil, you just got to make it into a happy accident. So, 1 second. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the shape of our head and our nose. So if you're looking up at the nose, the person's looking up, you're going to see the bottom of their head. So we'll draw, let's start with the nose actually. So we're going to see the bottom of your nose. So feel the bottom of your nose, it's kind of an oval shape. So at the top of your paper, near the top, you're going to draw an oval shape, like an upside down U. That's your nose. You could draw your nostrils, but you don't need to do that. The next thing you're going to do is make the rest of your head. So you're going to come out and make a big circle for the rest of your head. There you go. So now that your nose is sticking up because you're catching snowflakes in your mouth, we are ready to draw your mouth shape. So your mouth is going to be big and open. So you're going to draw it so that it is big and open. So a ginormous looking oval shape. Now leave a little bit of space down here because this is your chin. The next thing we can do is draw our tongue. So if our tongue is sticking out with perspective, it might be kind of wobbly looking. Kind of like this. So there's my tongue. The next thing I can do is draw some of my teeth. Because we are looking so closely at this mouth, we can draw teeth. Usually we don't draw teeth because you can't really see them from far away, but since we're so close by, we can go ahead and draw some of those teeth. And some of you guys might be missing some teeth, so you can leave some space if you're missing some teeth. And you guys might still have some baby teeth. Baby teeth are spread out a little bit sometimes. So go ahead and draw your teeth how you would like to draw them. And then eventually you can color in the space around your teeth black because the inside of your mouth is very dark. So I'm not going to do all that right now because it takes me a little while and I want to make sure you can see the next step. But if you want to pause the video and color this in, go ahead and do that. Okay, so now our hair has perspective too. So maybe we are jumping up into the air to catch the snowflake and our hair is kind of going all over the place. Now for this part, I'm going to suggest that you find a different color to use to draw your hair because you don't want your hair to just be black just because we're using a black marker. If you don't have black hair, you might have brown hair, or you might want to use yellow or orange for your hair. I'm going to use brown because my hair is pretty brown. So if you have long hair or curly hair, you're going to have these long lines that kind of come out. And you're going to have a lot of them. So you can draw these long hairs. If you have short hair, boys or girls that have short hair, you might just draw little hairs that come out like this. But since I have really long hair, I'm going to draw really long hairs. Your hairs might be so long that they go out to the edge of the page too. Even if your hair is not curly, you might choose to make your hair look kind of curly because it makes it look like it's wobbling around in the air. So even if you don't have curly hair, you might want to make your hair wobbly. Maybe some of the hair goes this way. Okay, once you have the hair, this is starting to look really silly and really fun. Now we can draw the rest of us. If we're outside in the snow, we need to have a scarf. So what we're going to do is draw 2 lines down from the bottom of our head. That's the side of our scarf. Then we're going to connect our scarf that's wrapped around the neck. Then we can add the side of our scarf, maybe coming out the side. And if you're jumping up and down, that scarf might be flopping up in there. Then you can draw your shoulders. Oh, let's move my camera so you can see the shoulders a little better. Then you can draw your shoulders. Maybe coming out of the page. You might be able to see your arms poking through a little bit. That part, how you want to draw it, is up to you. And then lastly, if you're wearing a sweater, you're either going to have like zippers or buttons. You can draw both. It's kind of like a zipper and then buttons. I'm going to go all the way up. And then you might also have some cool patterns on your sweater. So the way you draw your sweater is up to you. You can draw some zigzag lines on mine. And then maybe some circles to make it more fun. I can color those in later. My scarf might have some things on it too if I want to make, like I could make hearts on my scarf. I could put stripes on my scarf. Maybe I have hearts and stripes. And then that is the basic drawing today. So once you are ready, you're going to finish filling in and coloring in different sections of your drawing. Then what you can do, if you have blue paper, you can use white to draw some snowflakes falling from the sky. If you have white paper like me, you could draw circles, like little snowflakes or circles falling from the sky. And then when you're ready, of course, you want to make sure there's one on your tongue, right? So you could just draw a circle on your tongue for a big snowflake on your tongue. Or you can be fancy and you could draw some lines like this. Maybe they have some points on them to draw your snowflake on your tongue. Alright, boys and girls, that is drawing yourself catching a snowflake in your mouth with perspective. Your hair is flopping around, your mouth's open, and you're having a really good time out in the snow. Now, the only thing you have left to do is get your markers, your color pencils, whatever you have, to start coloring it in to a level 4, making it interesting. You can even color in the sky around the outside of your snowflakes to make it look a little bit more interesting. And then show me what you created in our Google Meet. I can't wait to see what you guys make, and I will see you guys soon.